Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Paula and this is going to be my first full-length video, so bear with me as I learn the process and hopefully it'll inspire other people to give it a go as well. It's very daunting when you first think about doing this, but I've followed lots and lots of other wonderful, very creative people on YouTube and thought, do you know what, I enjoy it so much, so why not give it a go and share my ideas. So like I say, bear with me. I don't have all the kit and caboodle that lots of other crafters might have. Actually, the majority of the products that I use have been gifted to me by lovely friends, but I also keep a lookout on various online sites where people are clearing out stock. This hobby can be as cheap or as expensive as you want to make it, but I like to have a bargain and just use, because I've now accumulated quite a bit, so I want to use some of the stock that I've got. And one of the things that I have got and been gifted is some pre-cut cards with matching envelopes. Now these are 20 by 20 centimeters, so it's quite a large card, but I like the fact that I can be really creative and put lots on it. So I have already gathered some bits together that I thought might work well. I've given it a border with another piece of coloured cardstock to match in. So this is just a piece of paper. Sometimes you can get napkins with this kind of thing on, but I got some printed thin paper with various different pictures on. And then all I did was dampen round the edges with one of these water brushes, and then I was able to just tear it off. So I'll probably give it a bit more of a vintage look in a minute. I've got some little pre-made artificial flowers that I picked up. They did come with a little stem thing on the back, but I cut them off, so I may use those. I had some metal flowers that I thought might work well. So I've got some paper doilies and some other bits and pieces that had the similar flowers on. And also I thought, because there is a bird cage on that, I've got a lovely die, fortunately, that I got at a very good price, and it cuts out beautiful bird cages. So I was wondering whether I could give that a more antique look. I just cut it out of some cardstock, and it's triple layered, so it's nice and sturdy. I've also got some sticky back bits that I found lying around. So we'll just see what we can create today. So I hope you enjoy the video, and follow me along and give it a go. I really appreciate all of you that have taken a look at my channel so far. That's very kind of you. Thank you. So let's just get on with it. So let's move these. I think to start, I'd probably like to do some inking. I have some inks here that I can use. So these, extremely cheap online. They come in different colours to match your ink pads. I've been gifted a lot of little ink pads, which are really lovely and useful. So I'm just gonna soften the edges on this, just fading it out a little bit. Now I am no expert at doing this. It's just a hobby. It's fun. It's a way of relaxing and forgetting about any problems or things that are bothering you, you can just relax and enjoy the card making process. Now, I've had lots of people say lately that card making is, you know, not appreciated anymore. People aren't sending cards. Well, if that was the case, then there are some very big card companies that wouldn't be in existence now if nobody was buying and sending cards. So, and I think just to receive something that's handmade and someone's thought about what they want to put on the card, I think is far nicer than ones that you can buy pre-made. But I believe there's a place for everything. A place for everything. Right, so now that I've just popped some ink on that, so I'll just check and see. So that gives it quite a little lift. I don't know if that doily is going to need. I might give that some aging as well as this. I'll just move this glass tray out the way because the light tends to reflect on it a bit much, so I'll move that out of the way for the minute. And then if I get a scrap piece of card, and then I'm just going to give this a rub. Now, as you can see, I haven't put any ink on this. It's just left what's left on it from the other day when I was doing a card. So as you can see, you can also create a nice pattern, which is quite lovely. I might make sure I use that later on. So I'm only going to do part of it, and then I'm going to just chop that off. Keep this bit. This bit can be used for another card later on. So that's that. I don't know if this is going to work. I might have to actually give this some colour. It might work. Just to take that, because obviously I don't want a yellow bird cage, but then I didn't want to waste it either. So just as you can see, these little brushes cling to the ink, so you can get a couple of jobs done. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think that's given it a much better look. I wonder if I should do some black on it. Let's get some black ink. Yep, I like that. Let's pop a bit of that on here. Right. Move that out of the way. Fetch the card back in and just have a look at how I'd like to position things. So I think that would be quite nice. Could do some of the flowers down in the corner. Do I want that? Possibly not this time. That sort of breaks that up there. And then I could have a sentiment here. I don't know if I should do some more pink here. I think I'll do some inking on this to give this a bit more of an aged look, because it looks a bit bright around the edges. So I think giving this a little bit of a distressed edge to it. I've become a lover of gilding wax, but I'm not going to use that today, but I do like it on edges like this. But yeah, so a little bit about me. Moved to France 4 years ago for a new life. We are auto entrepreneurs, live and work here. Yeah, so we are out here living the dream, as they call it. It's hard work, but I did get to eventually have a space, which is my entire loft of our house, as my crafting room, which is something I'd always dreamed of. So I thought, right, it's time to really make use of that space and enjoy it. So I thought I'd just break down the edges on these, because they can be too sharp an edge, too sharp a finish. That's the right word. So yeah, but these were cheap, just cheap pieces of card. But like I say, I use things like napkins. When you see them, they're inexpensive, and you can get lots and lots of cards made from one sheet of that. So let's have a look at what we think now. Maybe pop that in. So that's a nice little bit of contrast. I think this pink needs a little bit more, I don't know, toning down. I think it's too harsh, so I might give this colour a go. And see how we get on with this. I'm just working my way in, trying to add a different shade. You know, the worst thing, or the most difficult thing about card making is getting started. And honestly, when I look back at some of the cards I made in the beginning, my techniques were very, very different to how they are now. And it is literally just practice and watching other people on various, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. There's so many people on there that can give you Pinterest. You can get great ideas from them. And I save all those. If I see a card on Pinterest that I like, I do save it. And give it a go myself. I think that might be a little better. Okay. And if I added some flowers there, I don't know if I should add maybe some of the what can I add? Because I just feel this is a bit too pink now. So I need to maybe tone it down a little. And it is literally just trial and error. And like I say, it can be cheap, expensive, whatever you want to spend really, because I mean there are so many different products on the market now. It's quite daunting. Right, so I am definitely placing that there, and I definitely want that piece of doily like that. What else can I do? So I can raise that up a bit. Right. I think what we'll do is we'll place the doily down. Is it worth using this? Got several different types of glue. Very inexpensive. You know, you can get Kiddies crafting glue, which is, I've got an all-purpose glue, which I use a lot. I use double-sided tape. But like I say, I don't spend a lot on things. Right, so I'm happy with that bit there. Where do I want this? Do I want to tuck that in under there? Maybe up there. Nope. Not sure. Maybe in there. And for this, I would probably use a little bit of double-sided tape. Only a little bit. Just to secure it. And the good thing about using the glue for this, I've got a little bit of time to move things around if I need to. This is just a bit fiddly, so just sort that out. Maybe should have used a glue dot, but I've got this on now, so just go with this. I'm going to actually pop that in under there. Right, I think this, does that need to be there? And then where should we? We could position that. Let me just tip that up a bit, because there I am just learning how to position the camera for one. it's not easy. But if you never give it a go, you never try, how are you going to know whether you can do it or not? So, right, well, I think that one I'm going to need to raise it up. This one can go there. Like that. And then if I raise that up like that and add the flowers. Okay, so now I just have to find my foam tape that can raise this up. I can use this. Use this a bit quicker. So just pop a bit of double-sided foam tape. Like that. I have got the little foam pad somewhere, but it's just easier to do it with that. There it is. There it is. And this, if you're going to buy one piece of kit, a picky tool is great. You use it for, it's so useful for so many things. It actually has a slit in that end, which I found is great for paper quilling. So that's what that's for. So you can do some of that as well. I'll place that about there. That's lovely. Add some crafting glue. Oh, that was clever. Crafting glue all over the place. I'll pop one there. Be a bit more careful with this one. No, that comes off anyway. So and there you go. So a nice card that can be used with any sentiment, in sympathy, happy birthday, happy anniversary, anything. Lots and lots of uses. So all I'm going to do now is place it on my cardstock, and there's your finished card. Just using up bits and pieces. Just literally, I have lots of things just laying around that I've picked up off Marketplace and things like that. People have been giving stuff away because they're having a clear out of all their crafting stock, because you do tend to accumulate a lot. But like I say, I've been really lucky to have been gifted lots of card crafting stock from two lovely friends, and I'm putting it all to good use. And I wanted to share what I can create and hopefully inspire you all to do the same. Have a lovely day.